Alright, so... Oh, that was the A button. Let's take a look at my team. I forgot what I was running for a bit here. Now, this upcoming gym is gonna be an interesting one from what I've heard. And I don't have a great way to deal with it right now, with Machop actually being my best bet, apparently. Although that said, I should be able to catch Ponyta pretty soon. From what I've been told, and who knows how well this is actually going to pan out, apparently Maylene's Lucario is supposed to be absolutely ridiculously hard to deal with because it has a really strong drain punch. On the other hand, that might have been a thing in the original Diamond and Pearl, and I don't remember that fight being difficult at all, so we'll see how it goes. Putting Yu-Gi-Oh cards into tins. I used to have a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh tins. Unfortunately, I do not anymore. I remember years ago, I took, like, all of my stuff that I thought was even remotely rare to a convention, and I sold it because at the time I was not considering playing the game. And the guy at the convention, this fucking liar, was like, "Oh hey, by the way, the tin is not worth anything." And I should have just been like, "No, fuck you," and I should have taken it home because honestly, that's a load of bullshit. I mean, they may not be worth a lot, but you know, there's a difference between, hey, we're not going to do anything with it, and, oh, hey, I'm going to throw it out for you. Which, you know, I should have known better, but I just wanted the space in my closet and everything, so that and I had carried all that shit with me across state lines, so it's like, well, the less I have to take home, the better. But, you know, gaming conventions, well, conventions of any kind, there's going to be some ripping off going on, that's for sure. But especially something like that. Big ew. Anyway, so we are continuing with this game. I am actually going to step out of this area for a bit. I should have thought this through for a second. I was thinking about it earlier. Excuse me. And we're going out this way to catch a very specific Pokemon that is going to help us, if we can find it. Well, I mean, I think all of us like getting a good deal, Bronco. You know? That's honestly kind of normal, in a sense. Might have over 1 million cards by now. That's quite a few. Oh, and this Meditite is going to be irritating by spamming Detect, so it wastes turns from me. Like, it does not do anything else. This is not a useful use of that move whatsoever. That said, I think I'm going to put Prinplup to the front of the party for a little bit here. Because that could always use levels. Oh, hi, Bidoof. There's a lot of these things everywhere. I don't know what you expected, but... they sure are around. Oh no, headbutt. Oh wait, I don't resist that yet. It's over 9,000. It's so not the voice, but oh well. Oh right, there, that rock is hiding a trainer. Oh wow, that's not a one-shot. I guess if we really wanted Meditite in the party. Well, you know, maybe later Meditite might not be a bad choice, so we'll pick that up. See if we can't make something of that eventually. Although, of course, for now, it's mostly just to have that. This is what we're looking for, is Ponyta. The only other fire type in the region outside of the Chimchar family. And apparently they did not change that for these games. You know, one of the things that people complain about the very most, which is kind of amazing that they didn't do anything about it then. That this is kind of like the most complained about thing, and they were just like, whatever. People will get over it. You might be able to catch more fire-type Pokemon in the underground, but I haven't really done a whole lot with that yet. Except that on my copy of Shining Pearl, I did try testing out... I did try testing it out, and I ran into a Rhyhorn that was level, like, 29 or something. And...
Slam Dunk's Happy Worst Gen Remake Buddy.
Oh, hey, by the way, fuck you. We're not doing that today. Because apparently, starting in Gen 8, and I think this was mostly added for all the mini-boss type of Pokemon in the wild area, there's a massive debuff that gets applied to your capture rate if your Pokemon is of a lower level. Like, it divides it by 10. So when I was throwing Pokeballs at that Rhyhorn, which should have been roughly around, roughly around 50%, assuming that that is still a thing in these games, it was more like 5%. So no wonder I didn't catch the thing in like 25 goddamn balls and it wiped my entire team. I'm really glad that they decided to do that, because that's really, 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 really stupid. Also, yeah, if the text in the thing is not super great looking, it's because I'm not using Streamlabs for anything right now anymore. So I switched over to Stream Elements for everything, including the bot, which I still haven't set everything up for that yet. So that's using a different overlay, and I tried meddling with the text style a little bit, and it's better than when it started out, that's for sure. So, yeah, does it go above the thing? Okay, so that's a pretty big screw up on my end. I can fix that later, though. Anyway, yes, I did not completely ignore the resub. Thank you very much, Tab, for that 27 month in a row resub. That's pretty ridiculous. You heard they fucked up with the dowsing machine? I have not heard about that yet, and I haven't gotten to that point yet. I do not have that. That's not how I wanted to... That's right, it's R to go to the boxes. My microphone is literally in front of that part of the screen, so... Hey, no wonder I couldn't see it. It was hidden behind the stream equipment. Great. Oh well. Let's go ahead and just break on through here. Well, Bidoof coming in to help out with Cut, but it doesn't show the message this time, apparently. Very strange. But hey. Oh, is that the deal? Right, because the dowsing machine is a Pokemon Watch app, right? Instead of using the original item finder mechanics or the ones that they used in Gen 6, which I thought worked really well, but of course that was, you know, later in the future. And as we've been over before, the attempt at remaking this has been to keep about as faithful as possible to the originals. In a lot of ways, these games really are just like the cheap remaster style of remake, as opposed to what they were doing with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and to a lesser extent Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and to a slightly lesser extent than that, Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yeah, I mean, they could have done worse, but it's like, well, it's like the FF10 remaster, which is perfectly fine, and FF10 is a really good game to begin with, so, you know, how much can they fuck it up without changing things too irreparably? But it is very basic, and, you know, you get certain elements of it showing its age. Oh, is it? I was going to say, is it buffering or is it frame loss? Because I did have some frame drops earlier, but I was about to say, they seem to have abated, but as soon as I went and looked at my the connection quality indicator, it turned orange. So I believe that to no longer be the case. I think Scary Face is actually not going to be of any real use to us. Never mind. I thought we still had Leer on Machop, but I was incorrect. Anyway, this particular Team Galactic Grunt is using a bunch of Pokemon from one of the lesser of the intro bug family, introductory bug families. Excuse me. Yeah, I personally feel that out of the early route bugs that are available throughout the entire Pokemon series, Wurmple is probably my least favorite set there. I hate that unwieldy evolution mechanic of, oh hey, it's luck. Yeah, thanks. And on top of that, I can't help but feel like Beautifly is worse than Butterfree, and Dustox is somehow worse than Beedrill. Which is pretty amazing, because before the existence of Mega Evolutions, Beedrill was kind of awful. I mean, yeah, bug types are not necessarily, like, the king of the mountain in any real regard up until Gen 5, when they introduced a ton of good ones. You know, Gen 5 really was where they were like, oh hey, by the way, we're gonna prove that Bug is a legit type. And also that's when they started introducing a lot of good poison moves. Honestly, I think Gen 5 is actually one of my favorites. Just in terms of, like, they finally started recognizing a bunch of stuff for the value that it had. Yeah, Scolipede, Leavanny, well, Scolipede even before Speed Boost was pretty crazy. Scolipede, Leavanny, Galvantula, Volcarona, you know, they really went all out on that, and it's like, oh hey, finally I can do something other than sit here and look at Pinsir and be like, you could have had a chance, buddy. But instead they gave the evolution to Scyther, and they let Heracross be a thing. Personality value is... Well, personality value is, like, invisible, right? Because I'm pretty sure that that's how it works, is that PV is a hidden stat, not the personality trait, which is a rough estimation of where its IVs sit. I'll pop a summary open in a second to give a better indication of what I mean real quick, in case it's not coming through. Because it is just sort of a cluster of words here. Let's check summary. Yeah, so Like it has a sturdy body thing. Yeah, that's the personality trait. That, as far as I know, is connected to a rough profile of what your Pokemon's IVs are like. Not anything to do with personality value. Personality value is a hidden value that is... it has a very large range. I forget exactly how high. I want to say that it's like 8 digits in base 10, not 8 digits in binary, which would only be up to 256 values. Personality value controls shininess as well, I believe. So it's a fairly large amount of data, probably like a 4-byte word or something. And that determines which evolution you get out of Wurmple. It used to be for a while, and I don't 100% know if this was based on our personal observations as my brother and I, or if it was something that was repeated on the internet that ended up being incorrect. It was assumed that the Silcoon-Cascoon evolution was based on time of day. That is not true, as I have probably made it clear already. Yeah, if you can tweak that, you can affect whether or not it's shiny. Which is a thing you can do with, like, Pokesave and stuff like that, if you go into that sort of thing. But, of course, accessing that from the game itself is going to be a bit of a fool's errand. As would be any sense of, like, even trying to read it. Like, there's obviously a ton of stuff behind the scenes they don't tell you. Like, the hidden ID value for Feebas tiles, for example, that's something that is just straight up hidden from you. Yeah. You would have to be grabbing a Game Shark or similar utility of some description in order to actually get... in order to actually get that info. So not exactly viable for me right now, but yeah, that's... At least I got to explain it a little bit. Because I don't really have... well, I mean, my Switch is not hacked, and I'm probably not going to hack this Switch. If I was going to be hacking a Switch, I'd be picking up another one that I would be, more okay with doing that with, because I still use this for online stuff for other games. And we're going to keep old moves instead of teaching Zubat Quick Guard. Thank you very much, game. Quick Guard being a thing that Zubat... I mean, I guess it could occasionally come in handy because... why not? But on the other hand... It's not, Zubat is not really weak to any priority except for Ice Shard, and by the time that I encounter anything with Ice Shard, I should have better ways of handling that. Oh look, Cadabra. That's a pretty good Pokemon this dude has. Gotta give him credit there. However, it's probably not going to stand up to too many hits because, of course, Cadabra is made of wet paper. And unfortunately, Prinplup doesn't exactly have the greatest ability to hit nothing. Disable. Come on. Oh, Reflect. That might actually slow this fight down a little bit. Yeah, that's a pretty big defense boost. Unfortunately, we're just sort of getting a little bit screwed here because we missed that first Metal Claw. Missing a singular attack will cause you some serious issues. We're going to switch out on that one. Let's have Luxio come in here to finish this off. Yeah, that disable isn't going to do anything if it can't read any of my moves yet. Nom nom nom. Nom nom. Crunch. Da, 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 da. I only missed TF2 a little bit. No nicknames for my Pokemon. This is just a first run-through of taking a look at the game. This is a regular playthrough, which I know that, you know, it's probably a little bit underwhelming, but hey, I don't have to play challenge mode for everything. I had my ass handed to me by Super Mario 64 recently. I need to be able to breathe somewhere. I mean, in future, there'll be more unusual stuff. Depending on, really. Actually, I'm quite curious, thinking about, like, challenge runs and anything like that. If I can just, like, dump the contents of my cartridge in some way that wouldn't require me to go too, you know, too far out of bounds with regard to the Switch, or if I'd actually have to have a hacked unit for that. I assume probably the latter. Oh well. Because then if I can just, you know, get an image file of the game, I can be like, hey, yeah, randomizer. Easy. And this is a thing I found out that started in Sword and Shield with Inner Focus preventing Intimidate from taking effect. I just had never seen it before because it had never come up. So let's see what the other Pokemon Commander Jupiter has here. It's probably going to be a Purugly if she's anything like... Oh, Skuntank. That's not what I expected, but... do we have a good answer for Skuntank right now? Because Skuntank is Poison Dark. Resists... Fighting is neutralized. Psychic is blocked. Bug is neutralized. Fairy is neutralized too. So I would need a ground type move, and I don't have any of those whatsoever right now. So this is literally just muscle this. I think the only thing that we have access to right now in terms of ground moves is if I had raised Geodude to give it Bulldoze. Or if I'd like massively overleveled something. Wow, you're getting Flamethrower right from the start. That's pretty hardy. I'm impressed with that. And it's using... That's got to be a Citrus Berry at that point. Yeah. Poison Gas. Okay, come on. What a step down. I suppose I could be charging at least once or twice to get my special defense up to deal with Flamethrower, but on the other hand, I think this is going to be okay. Maybe not. That's a pretty hard-hitting Flamethrower. I think that did even worse than the one we had earlier. So... Oh, you don't have Flash Fire, Ponyta. That's a pain. I guess we'll switch Staravia in and see if we can do some more damage. And see, we can certainly take more damage, that's for sure. Wing attack, that should be some pretty decent hit. Not quite a kill. That's a shame. So this thing is going to detonate from Aftermath and take me with it. Oh no, Staravia, who is my highest level member of the team, doesn't keep... Oh! Aftermath can't kill. Okay. That's strange. I didn't know that. Well, Luxio gained the most experience there. I guess that makes sense. Ponyta gained a level, more importantly. Wants to learn the move Flame Charge. That will be a good start toward getting... getting some good damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my internet connection is just having a not so great time right now in general, then. Which, I don't know why! I feel like it does this every Sunday. At least in the middle of the night. Researching the myths of ancient Pokemon, huh? Yeah, that sounds about... Well, they're still being fairly vague, but... I mean, that said, a lot of people are just like, oh hey, they're being weird. They must be space people. No, they're just weirdos. Yeah, that seems to happen sometimes, mostly on Sundays. I mean, most of the time it's fine. At least it's not quite as much as it used to be sometimes when I was not on a cable. That's it. I've been on a cable for a while. So I don't know why I'd be starting now. What can you do? I'm not even gonna... I don't think I can do anything about that. One second here. A little bit of disentangling my own hair, because that was getting to be a bit of a mess up there. Alright, so he wants us to go back to the cycle shop, which is down there. Whoops. Let me remember not to forget that, because a bicycle would be pretty nice. Alright, so this is where we get a look at the bike mechanics for this generation, I guess. Or we just choose a color. How about green? That's a little interesting. Yeah, the green bike looks nice. See it on Bulbasaur's back, huh? Well, those aren't in this region. They are in the game, apparently, but that's about it. Press the B button to shift gears. In third gear, the bike cannot reach full speed, but it will be easier to handle. In fourth gear, it can ride at full speed and climb up slopes. Right, okay, so this will let us do the thing underground in the Orberg Tunnel if we want to. I probably should also just assign that to the button right now. Register, put that over there, I suppose. But right now, since it's just on the cross button, we're okay. I can ride down cycling road. Yeah, okay, thank you. You're just going to railroad me the other direction out of town. Thanks. I guess that one small child in a straw hat is just that freaking annoying, huh? Is that the deal that we're going with here? Oh, so you get little electrical surge graphics when you gear up. So maybe they're recycling assets from the Rotom bike. Yeah, let's say. Professor Rowan's assistant. 41, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, right, so this is the Professor Oak's aid mechanic, which is a thing that I don't think about very much, because usually I'm playing these in runs where I'm not catching a lot of Pokemon. And they're not very common in later games. However, we did get ourselves a free rare candy, so that's nice. Alright, Route 206. This is our cycling road. And it looks like we've got a little bit of automatic control here once again. Just like the cycling roads of yore. The cyclist is named Axel. Kingdom Hearts is a series that exists. Oh wait, no, that's... The actual joke is the fact that it's a cyclist named for a part of a bike. Unfortunately, I chose not to interpret it that way. And unfortunately, this Staravia is gonna spam double team to make me waste power points. These are everybody's favorite type of battle, right? That's why Smogon banned them, because they fucking hate fun, right? No, it's because they're terrible. But hey, we gained a level from Machop. Not bad. Yeah. That's... Yeah, so we're automatically going downhill. That said, this is a... Wait a second, this is a flat surface. How are we going downhill? Is this just some sort of magnetic track or something? I don't know. Alright, Ponyta. This should be much easier for us to deal with than an evasion spamming Staravia. Because this thing might be able to hit us once, but it's not going to do anything of value to us whatsoever. Oh no, it raised its speed when it's already outspeeding me. Oh no, it's going to get insta-gibbed by Bubble Beam. Yeah, especially if we get a crit. Sheesh. Good work, Prinplup. Meanwhile, our own Ponyta gains a level. As does Luxio. I think this lady is another trainer, yeah? Oh, that glare, that was pretty strong. Thanks for zooming straight into that game. Meanwhile, she's got a Shinx, which could actually be a minor issue for us. Could, because the AI is not always, like, super intelligent about that kind of thing. Again, no ground type moves, so we just have to go for pure muscle here. We'll take all of these trainer fights because, you know, why not? It's free real estate. And get that free EXP. Oh, this thing is probably going to spam double team, isn't it? Because it's at the right level for that. I think by now, Starly gets double team. However, that didn't matter because we went first. But if we hadn't, that could have been potentially pretty irritating. Level 24 for Prinplup. Nice. Wants to learn the move Swagger. I'd rather not. I don't want to gamble on that. We all know how these games are when it comes to RNG. That is to say, very, very rude. So that won't work very well most of the time. Oh hey, we're not using physical attacks. It's fine. Yay! And yeah, she says she seems to have fallen off her bike, but of course the in-battle graphics have her not on the bike in the first place. Oh well. It's that sort of usual silliness that you get out of Pokemon games to begin with. Yeah, holy shit, I am still dropping frames. What is wrong with my internet right now, and why? Like, I'm not even doing much of anything on that. It's just... I don't get what the deal is. Sending out Staravia. Yeah, we'll switch Luxio and deal with Staravia. As both of us hit each other with the Intimidate. That shouldn't be too big of an issue, though. I should still be able to take this thing down. Yeah. Intimidate will change surprisingly little in-game, so... Hey. That's fine. Meanwhile, this dude just has a Zubat, which is not impressive at this point. I mean, it's just a Zubat. Come on. At least let that thing evolve once before you bring it over here. That way it can be like an actual Pokemon. Well, like one anyway. It's these two trainers, and that's all we got on Cycling Road. A very short cycling road in this region compared to a lot of the others out there. And oh hey, look, another Shinx. Oh boy, more of this same Pokemon. Yay. Which the AI is still not going to even bother trying to use electric moves on me, even if it gets a chance to go. Listen, by now Shinx has electric type moves. I'm pretty sure it does when you catch it. Come on, game. Why are you not doing this very well? And the one last trainer. I was gonna say, unless you're a person who's like judging how many times I bumped into things. No, that's Ruby and Sapphire where that's the thing. Hey, look, it's a rat. This was the first generation where Pikachu had differences between male and female. The female Pikachu, you can see you've got the little tail cutout thing. It makes it look like a heart. I understand what they're doing with the male-female differences, but they tend to be a little bit silly early on. So you end up with stuff like that, or Wobbuffet with lipstick, as opposed to anything that resembles actual sexual dimorphism. Until the next generation, where you have a thing going on with Unpheasant. Oh, neat. Go through Mount Coronet. Okay. Wait a second. Well, yeah, I guess Mount Coronet is, like, something that covers the entire region, so... I shouldn't be too much like, hey, wait a second, because... Just assume that you're going through Mount Coronet no matter what. Just assume that the entire region is just Mount Coronet, and you're only inside and out of it. Or something. Cutscene. Yeah, good job there, Wayne. What's this? The Versus Seeker. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure if this is an actual choice or not, or if it's just a thing. There we go. We got the dowsing machine app. We'll be able to see what this is like. In just a moment here, after we pick these up. Because I would assume, on top of everything else, that there would be a nearby hidden item once they give you the dowsing machine, right? There's got to be something for you to be able to test it out on and be like, oh, hey, that's how it works. Or so I would assume. But then again, I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. Just like apparently when choosing an internet service provider, Jesus fucking Christ. People on YouTube are gonna be happy if they're not privy to this shit. Alright, let's toggle over here. That'll be friendship checker. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to... Alright. So let's pull this back up. And again, we're going to see how well or not this thing helps us find hidden items. Alright, so it should just be one up from here, right? Or it's positioned one above us. There we go. Let me use it correctly. So that definitely seems to be wildly oversensitive, but I feel like it works. Mostly. So I can't complain about that too much. Let's go in the Pokemon Center here at Orberg. And then we're going to do a little bit of exploration because I think if this is anything like the original games, I believe we can actually get to the cave where you can get a Gibble pretty early on. Yeah, we're going to use the D-pad to do stuff like that, because, honestly. Oh, wow, that is not even the one that I aimed at. This tree can be cut. Is there anything to get over here? Yeah, a full heal hidden behind the tree. Well, a full heal is pretty alright. It's just that it is very small in terms of value because it is only one. Hey, look, it's Whoop! Everybody's favorite Pokemon, except for all the others. Can we manage to not kill this thing? I guess is the question. also got Struggle Bug. That's an interesting move choice that I'm not sure is always going to be super fun to deal with. At least it's not Infestation, which is the one I was thinking of. Infestation is the partial trap move, which means that if it gets used on you, that is a guaranteed percentage of your HP being removed. But hey, we caught it! Yay! Yep, it's sort of a... not quite an upright base type of thing. And obviously making noises in a much higher key, but yeah. Oh look, it's a skunk with a butt for a face. And that's not even a joke. Stunky actually has a bum for a face. It also has Acid Spray, which that's a pretty big debuff coming with that damage. Did it have Acid Spray at this point in the game in the original? I don't think it did. Wait, was Acid Spray even in Gen 4? I feel like that was added in Gen 5. Then again, Gen 5 is when they really started adding all of the good poison-type moves anyway. Maybe Gen 4. Gen 4 did have Poison Jab, I think, so at least there's that going for it. But I could swear Acid Spray was a much later inclusion. The stench lingers for 24 hours. That's less noxious than real-world skunks, actually. Bizarrely enough. We live in a part of the country, my family and I, where there are skunks. And so, many times we've had to wash our dogs in various chemicals to try and remove that skunk stink, because dogs are not necessarily always the world's brightest thing, especially when it comes to that. So they'll get themselves sprayed in the face by skunks multiple times. Ooh, Bronzor. That would be a nice addition as well. That's something I might even throw in the party right away if we manage to catch this. Because Bronzor is a defensive powerhouse, and you're going to see a lot of that come into play here. And on top of that, it has some pretty good moves, and its offensive stats are not to be messed with too much either. Has a nice choice of abilities too, as usually what it gets are either Heat Proof or Levitate. And it is a Steel Psychic type. So all around, Bronzor is a pretty good Pokemon. It's just not using any moves right now except for Confuse Ray, and Confuse Ray alone is causing us issues. So we don't even get to show this thing off. Oh, it's got Imprison too, which... that's not such a big deal. It's certainly not going to have Metal Claw. There you go. There's some offensive moves for us. Confusion. Of course, it's not doing a ton of damage to us because we have 9 levels on it. And I guess as Bronzor, it's not necessarily the strongest thing in the world, but Bronzong is pretty good. Now we should be in a position to capture it, though. Just throw a regular Pokeball at it. That should be good enough. Yeah, imprisoned during a metronome randomizer is pretty great. Because that just shuts them off completely if you land on that. Alright, no nickname for the Bronzor. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. Alright, so who's getting dropped for Bronzor? It's gonna be Machop. I'm not the most fond of Machop, and, well, mostly because of the fact that I can't evolve it to Machamp without trading, and we're not doing trades for this. Not until afterwards, and I guess give away whatever Pokemon I had in this run. Because I will probably end up reusing this cartridge at some point, and the Pokemon may as well go to folks who are interested. Well, I'm not really doing nicknames for this run, so... Otherwise, well... And down goes Ponyta. Level 25 for Prinplup. Doing pretty good there. Incidentally, I really hope this game is not doing the thing where you have a higher encounter rate on the bike, because that seemed pretty fast. I think a couple of the Pokemon games do that, which I've never been a big fan of. That's just kind of irritating. We could just be getting the encounters really fast because we're moving literally that fast. Oh no, my bear... Oh, right. I don't have one of those on right now. Yeah, that's what I figured. I seem to remember that one game does that. Yeah, is it back to dropping frames? Because, yep, of course it is. My internet connection was not having such a good time earlier, to say the least. So it's probably dropping once again. And who knows how long that'll sustain for. I don't know why it's acting like this. Ah, yes, good turn all around. And we're getting another Onix. So maybe this one won't also have Sturdy. I think the other ability Onix can have is Rock Head. But yeah. One shot. There we go. Neat. Well, 24. Once to learn Roar, we'll keep our moves. We found a Poison Barb. I can give that to Zubat, I guess, because Zubat, I think, is our only Pokemon that has poison moves right now. And while we're probably not going to use them for a bit, especially because Zubat is staying out of the party for the moment. If that comes up, you know, boosting that Poison Fang even by a little bit would not be bad. And here's another Bronzor. We should be able to just send this thing away pretty quickly, though, with a couple of Bubble Beams. Again, that level advantage will be fine. Yeah, one shot. That went even faster than I thought it would. Yay! Always nice when that happens. Alright, into the cave. Can we do much of anything in here in Wayward Cave? Probably not, and yeah, this area is dark. Because again, why not make you use Flash? Why not be a little bit irritating? But this place, if I recall correctly, we can find Gibble at this level, even. Unless they changed that. In fact, I'll see if I can go look that up real quick. Alright, Bronzor wants to learn Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball is a pretty good move. We are going to remove Payback. No, Payback can stay. We're going to remove Imprison for that, pardon me. Because, of course, Bronzor is not exactly a very fast Pokemon. So that will prove pretty useful. Look here. Alright, well, it does say that it's in Wayward Cave, so we should, in theory, have a chance to find Gibble in here. We can also try tapping these rocks and see if any of them have an item in them. Yeah, I'm on Cerebi right now because Bulbapedia has not updated. These are like, don't put up information from the data mining. And I think in that case, well, start shoring it up so that way you can post it as soon as the games drop. By which point it would be fair play. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. Either way, yeah, I'm not expecting this to be something with a very high encounter rate, but let's keep poking around in here. Or do we have to go into the next layer, I guess, is the other possibility. Yeah, we do have to go down a floor, and we're in this in the dark because I don't feel like putting flash on any of my Pokemon. There's a doorway here, right? There was not. There's a hallucination caused by my inability to see. So not exactly a hallucination so much, but yeah, I expect that there's a little more going on. For example, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where you have Pokemon popping out of the field on the overworld. Being on the bike would affect them. Ah, yes, nice super effective 1 damage there, Zubat. Although that 1 HP recovery may have saved its butt. Judging by how much HP is left in that meter. Yay, 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 yay. Easy fight. Easy. And again, it's a Zubat. What do you expect? Crits that are still 1 damage. Well, in that case, that was a super effective. Not quite a crit, but... Unless it was also a crit. Just toss a Bubble Beam at this thing. That should do the trick. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I suppose I could just give Ponyta a flash or something, but nah. Zubat is evolving. And while Golbat is not necessarily the best Pokemon, it is a lot more respectable than just plain old Zubat is. Of course, even in Gen 1, Golbat's final stats were pretty garbage. Like, it really did look like it was poised for another evolution, which is weird because what Golbat and Zubat originally had in the very earliest drafts of Gen 1 was a baby form. So that must have been, like, one of the weakest Pokemon possible in that case, because wow. Zubat's base stats are already very unimpressive, so if it has Babby form, that's gotta be kind of low. Alright, so I'm going to pop open this thing real quick. Okay, no, 6 is the friendship checker, right? I want to take a look at this and see if, Actually, that's not super helpful, huh? Cool. Is that not the friendship checker? Is that the... No, that's not compatibility checker. Well. Yeah, I suppose that is kind of true. Of course, a lot of Golbat looking awkward is the fact that it has a very large mouth that if it was closing itself, it would very clearly fold on itself a little bit. Some semblance of a map here. Nope, time to switch sites. Ah boy, this place looks like a complete shit carnival. I'm real glad that I came in here with no... not found... Are you shitting me right now, Bulbapedia? Downstairs. Is it elsewhere? Do I have to enter from somewhere else? Okay, I guess I do. Hidden entrance obscured by the cycling road. Okay. I assume that they are being hammered pretty hard right now because of, well, the game just came out, basically. Alright, Alright, so hidden entrance obscured by the cycling road. We're going to get off our bike in order to make this a little easier on ourselves. Alright, so it might be further back or something, or it might even be... Well, it would be weird if it was downward because it was an entrance facing up. Tiny amount of light is about the same in 3D Dragon Warrior 1, yeah. Navigating dark places, well, in any number of RPGs that have them. But certainly in Dragon Quest 1, that's a little bit of a pain. On the NES, of course, it was zero range unless you used a torch. And then once you do, it's still not particularly amazing. That's a dog. I wish I had some semblance of a camera control right now, but... I'm going to see if road west of the main entrance. Strength is required to enter the area. Is it really? Let's have a better look at that. So, I mean, in that case, strength is not exactly the hardest thing to get. I think strength, we can get that by the end of this session at least. That seems like a pretty lucky encounter that you just had, by the way. I didn't comment on that until now, because I'm kind of looking at this thing to be like, hey, where's this hole that I go into? Alright, so directly west and hidden under the cycling road. I may have to, like, mash A on it to see if it produces a message of, oh, hey, by the way, there's a rock here that you need to move, which, that could happen. Oh, there's a path. Okay, so we can technically go inside, but there's also literally nothing we can do in there because there's just 3 strength boulders sitting in front of the entrance. Well, no Gibble for us yet. That's a shame. As Gibble would be a nice addition to the team. No matter what. We'll just have to try and remember to go back there once we get strength. Keyword being try, I probably will forget. And we're getting into fights with all these Geodudes. There's a lot of them. And this one, of course, has Sturdy, just to Just to pad things out a little more. I don't need to catch a Geodude. I already did, and I can't get Golem. Well, here's the problem with that, is there's 2 floors to Wayward Cave. And that entrance is on the top floor. I was looking for a way to get to the bottom floor. That entrance has a stairway inside of it to get to that bottom floor. So, if I try to do that, I'll just get the top floor encounters, which do not include Gible. So it's a good idea, but unfortunately they were slightly ahead on that one. Of like, oh hey, yeah, we can just not put it here at all. It's okay. Strength is one of the next few HMs we get, I'm pretty sure. Like, if I recall correctly, Strength is really either 3 or 4. And then Surf will be 5? Because Canalave is where badge 6 is, and we need that to get there. If I remember how this works, yeah, if I remember how the order goes in Diamond and Pearl, it's Maylene, Fantina, and Crasher Wake inside of that sort of weird order in the middle. Then Byron, number 7 and number 8, whose names I don't remember offhand. In fact, I could probably just look at my trainer card and see. Yeah, so view badges. You can see that, yeah, we've got... well, I guess you can kind of see from the badge case that, yeah, it's supposed to be Melee and Crasher Wake. And then Fantina gives us the ability to surf. Volkner is going to give us waterfall. I think Candace gives us rock climb. Defog comes from, I think, Byron. And so that puts strength and one of the others, strength and fly, in between slots 3 and 4. I believe. I would advise against, you know, taking my advice as binding in any particular way. But that is one of the very few things that I feel reasonably confident of in this entire series. Well, I mean, since Byron is a Steel-type gym leader, he would be about the heavy metal, wouldn't he? Right? Actually, speaking of Iron Man, I remember when I saw the first Iron Man movie in theaters, which is the only one that I saw. After that, I was like, yeah, I mean, it was okay, but it didn't change my world enough to want to go see a sequel. Sequels are never as good as the original, almost, entirely. And especially with something like that, the premise starts running thin pretty quickly. But I was really happy in this sort of big nerd way because they used, of course, the Black Sabbath song, probably over the end credits. And I mean, I really love Black Sabbath. I'm a big fan of that kind of classic heavy metal. So it was really good, especially because I distinctly remember the last time that I, think about any of that kind of stuff. I always think about how that Roland Emmerich Godzilla movie from the late 90s, and not using Godzilla, That's not a joke about the quality of the monster or anything. I mean the Blue Oyster Cult song Godzilla, and they didn't put that in there. That's a shoo-in. A later Godzilla film in the Legendary Pictures catalog, I believe, used a cover of it, which, I mean, I guess if you're going to try to get it right, you know, I've seen worse attempts, basically, but, you know, that made me pretty happy to see stuff like that. I'm not entirely surprised that the later Iron Man movies were not quite as good. I was not really taken in with much of the Marvel movies at all, other than the original Iron Man. I'm sure there's quite a few that I've missed that are quite good. I've heard Black Panther is really good. I think we have a DVD copy of Black Panther somewhere. DVD, Blu-ray, one of those formats. I forget exactly which, but I have not watched that yet. I probably should at some point. But yeah, a lot of the others didn't really grasp me the same way. Like, I really could not get into Age of Ultron, I think it is the one that I'm thinking of. But I also do not have a very strong tolerance for Joss Whedon in large blocks. And, of course, that was the one that Joss Whedon wrote the script for. Or at least, I know that he at least was a scriptwriter on one of those. And it was kind of, you know, a little too much of him. I had a very, very hard time many years ago trying to watch Firefly. I got through it eventually, and, like, I can understand why people like some of it. But on the other hand, there's also other parts. And then I started finding out some stuff that was cut from the series, and I really was like, holy shit, I am surprised that anybody would, you know, I'm surprised that Joss Whedon continued to have a career after that, because some of this stuff was a little bit, it raises questions about the man, we'll put it that way. So yeah, at some point, Black Panther, I gotta watch that. There's probably a lot of movies I need to watch, really. I don't watch a whole lot of movies, just in general. In fact, I've been sitting on Suspiria, the original version of Suspiria, not the remake, which I've heard the remake is quite good, too. That's a completely different genre, obviously, but, you know, I've been sitting on that for like a year, is the important part. I am so bad about remembering to watch shit. Just the worst, really. I'm not good at watching films. Or a lot of things, actually. Yeah. So, yeah, point is, no Gibble for us. Hopefully Maylene is not as bad as some people have been saying. But also, it's definitely taken us a bit to get to this next town. We also took quite a period of time to goof off there with regard to Wayward Cave. And hoping that we could sneak into that, but no such luck in any real sense of the word. We're gonna have to go down that middle path to go through Mount Coronet, so we're gonna have to go through the double battle in a second. All that work for a dire hit? That's a pretty small amount of deal in there. We can just go that. Yeah, we can actually just skip the double trainer battle if we want to. No, I want to pick up the item. It's a super potion. That was so worth it. We could probably skip that hiker if we wanted to as well. Let's take the double battle, and we're going to take it as a double battle, because I went forward too far. Oh well. Alright, so we're not super well equipped to deal with the Pachirisu right now, but we should be reducing their team's physical offense by a decent amount. That'll help us out a bit here. I'm just going to start trying to chew through the Pachirisu as quickly as possible, because that's the only thing on this board that could possibly be an issue. And even then, that might be a bit of a stretch. Oh no, it's debuffing my special attacker's physical attack. Oh no. Alright. Nice simple fight here. It's only a shame it took me 2 turns. Oh well. Can't necessarily be helped. Unless I was just better at this game. I suppose that would help. Or just had stronger Pokemon in general. If I had just 2 Pokemon that were all wildly overleveled, which I guess they would not really be with the way the EXP share has been, and the amount of fights I've been getting into. So I guess I can't say that quite as much. But if I was using just 2 Pokemon, I'd probably have been able to clear that fight out a little quicker. But on the other hand, I wouldn't have options for dealing with whatever stuff I have to deal with up here. But of course, we're just seeing Geodude for now from this dude. And probably, I don't know, maybe an Onix as his other Pokemon. Or if not, another Geodude or maybe a Zubat. It's a hiker. Oh, Bronzor. That's much better than the other options, but I think it's probably still going to get roasted in a single Bubble Beam. Yes, the water type move is going to roast it. I don't know how that works either, but we'll figure it out at some point. Neat. Get some levels up for the rest of the team. Ponyta wants to learn agility. Nah. Ponyta's already fast enough, and it's not really durable enough for me to spend too much time goofing off with boosting speed or anything like that. So, alright, so we need Surf to go that way, which means we're going down. I'm gonna check all these rocks for hidden items. Suppose if I wanted to do this better, I could be using the item finder. Anyway, here is Cyrus. I believe we're encountering him much earlier in the plot line than in the originals. Maybe I'm just imagining that. You know, I think I said... Yeah, I said to somebody recently that Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts 3 and, like, his whole plan kind of reminds me a lot of Cyrus. And obviously, it's been several years since I've played either Diamond or Pearl, or Platinum for that matter, although Platinum, I didn't really play that one anyway, to my knowledge, as far as I remember. Although I do remember having seen it. I was not prepared for just how much Cyrus talks like a Kingdom Hearts guy. With that speech. That really does sound like something that could have come out of, you know, Ansem Seeker of Darkness in a later game. And honestly, if you put him in the right outfit, he'd kind of look a little bit like one too. At least in my opinion. Relative to other evil team leaders anyway. So, you know, almost funny how that was sort of, well, not quite predicted, because of course the first couple of Kingdom Hearts games were out by the time this came out, so clearly somebody at Game Freak had cottoned on to the idea a little early and knew that that was going to be a big deal. Oh, I could probably just Metal Claw this Geodude into tiny pieces, and then I wouldn't have to worry about PP usage so much. Because our bubble beams are much more useful. I should probably be storing up those a little bit. Send a Geodude. Yep. See. Yeah, that is the risk of throwing Metal Claw at these Geodudes, though. Metal Claw does not have perfect accuracy for some reason. Not even, like, Steel is a particularly super good attacking type. It did get a lot better as of Gen 6 with the inclusion of the Fairy type. But, aside from that... Oh yeah, now Geodude is going to do something finally, casting Sandstorm. Unlike in Mario RPG, though, it doesn't make us afraid, so that's good. Also doesn't affect accuracy or anything, which makes me happy. Alright, we got a karate guy here. We're gonna pick up this item first. Oh, I only wanted to hit that once. Let's get back on the bike. We're staying in lower speed gear here because it's easier to control. And it still goes plenty fast. We're not exactly speed running. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be in a great position to show off some of the amazing speedrun glitches that have been found with this game. For example, one that I learned about earlier today is that turning off the music and the sound in general makes the game go faster. However, apparently, even if you turn everything off, the music still plays in battle. That is some excellent programming there, Game Freak. It's not even Game Freak this time, I can't say that. So, good work there. And of course, it's become pretty well known that you can basically cheat into Sunny Shore by having an egg hatch at the right time. I think that really only needs you to be at... You pretty much can do that from badge 2 or 3 or something even. So you can just skip a huge swath of the game if you time hatching an egg just right. Which is absolutely absurd in terms of any sort of programming. I would be surprised if that was not patched out at any point. Unless, of course, Ilka, which is the company that this game was outsourced to, has just washed their hands of the whole deal now that it's out and they've done the day one patch to restore the amount of the game that was removed as basically an FU for anybody who got it before Street Date. Which is one of those things that, again, as I think I've said before, I kind of understand it, but on the other hand, well, I don't feel like that's particularly the best way to do it. Just maybe, you know, have better methods. Well, if it's a digital release date break, then I suppose you can't exactly go around punishing anybody for selling it too early, because it's your own company that's at fault. But you can definitely just do better in future in that case. And as far as any other company doing it, you know, if they so badly want to stop people from breaking Street Date and spoiling the game, then they should actually do real things instead of having to punish regular people, which is what a day one patch that's 3 fucking gigabytes, as I found out was the case, is tantamount to. Especially when you're on internet quality for when you're on internet infrastructure, rather, from like the mid-2000s, as it's often been said that Nintendo still is. So, you know, if it's a Steam thing, sure, it would be fine, because Valve at least has some vague modernity to their setup. I think. I don't know if they've been keeping up with that ever since they decided that Dota and shifting shovelware on Steam makes too much money. They may not have bothered to upgrade the servers since 2013. But even so, it's probably a damn sight better than Nintendo's stuff is doing. And tell them I'm still a little bit salty about that whole matter. I mean, maybe it's understandable. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. It's quite a sprite she has, though. Very purple. Not one we've seen so far. I don't remember if that's like based off of a normal character model you see in Gen 4. Oh, hey, look, someone's random Baneri. Ah, okay, this is the person who wants to introduce us to super contests. Well, that's something we can skip, because that's not my bag. I'm just here looking for a Pokemon Center. And do you know anything about any of that? Nah, that's fine, but thank you for offering anyway. People really want me to do this, but nope. Not my thing. Going in here, we're gonna go heal. Get our bubble beams back, more importantly. And leave back out the way we came. I said no, I'm not interested in going to the contest hall. Let's check town map, see where all we can really go from here. Salacian Town, Celestic Town, I don't remember where that is. So fog is this way, right? So I guess that would be or are you guys just going to block me for... Yep, that's... Sure, let's take this. Oh, I don't have enough room for it, so I have to actually deposit something to make space there. Well, yeah, Staravia, I guess you're going in here. For now, at least. Also, it's always really weird the amount of people who are just like, oh, I don't know anything about Pokemon eggs whatsoever. Like, this is apparently happening concurrently with the first two Pokemon games, or not first two, rather, with Gold and Silver, which somehow I forgot what those were. So that appears to be like the first place that they recognized what an egg was for some reason. They're just like, oh, hey, by the way, Pokemon eggs exist. Apparently, nobody noticed this and nobody figured anything out until that deep into the Pokemon world's history. It is always a little bit on the absurd side. Yes, I just want you to move forward with the plot. I'm not here to actually do any of the contest stuff. Or do we have to go in? Because I see that my goal hasn't updated. And they're going to show me the tutorial. I'm not really interested. Which I suppose that's sort of always the way, is that they really want you to get in touch with all the gimmicks. Then again, earlier when I was playing Shining Pearl, I very nearly walked out of Eterna City without picking up the Explorer kit. Like, entirely. So, not everything apparently is, just, yeah, I've kind of lost my train of thought there a little bit, but I think the general idea comes through. At least they're not pushing me through the whole tutorial. Yeah, they just want me to explore the city, which, I mean... It's on Route 209. Alright, show the map. 209 is out to the east. Alright, so they want me to take a... No, they just want me to go find Harold here. Expected to be waiting for a battle, so should I just, like, expect you to ambush me in my sleep? Barry seems like the kind of guy who would absolutely just do that, because... Yeah. That's just how he seems. That's all I've got. Also, 4 Pokemon at this point. He's really stocking up more than quite a lot of other trainers at this point in the game would be. So, Grotle, there's the evolved form of Turtwig. I think we can deal with that with any number of ways, and in this case, I'm going to bring in Golbat in order to help us out here. Level 21. Yeah, I probably still could have dealt with that with Ponyta, but we'll have Golbat be the real muscle here. And we landed a Toxic. Nice. Yeah, because Razor Leaf is going to do almost literally nothing to Golbat, whereas it might have actually done damage to Ponyta. Especially since Ponyta is a lower level evolution-wise. Hey, nice. About to send in Weasel. We can handle that with Luxio. And then... what would his last Pokemon be? Probably a Ponyta to round out the type cycle. Just a guess, though. I, of course, don't know for sure. Yep, and there's Weasel being deleted. Yeah, Ponyta. Figured as much. We can let Prinplup handle that because, wow. That's going to be really easy. Yep, very easy, as I said. Gain a level. On a Pokemon who's probably going to be important sooner or later. Oh, I'm sure that I'll be pointing and laughing at you, Barry. As usual, because, honestly... that was not an impressive team whatsoever. And it's going to continue to be unimpressive. Yeah, okay, dog. Alright, what can we encounter out here? Well, we can encounter Wild Bibarel. There's our evolved form of Bidoof. Where it is now a water normal type. So Prinplup is not actually a good choice to fight it with. And it's going to use Taunt on us, which is not really useful because, well... I only have the one status move, and that's because I haven't been able to replace it yet. Bronzor wants to learn Hypnosis. That would be useful. So we'll actually get rid of Payback now. Even though Payback would probably be a helpful thing to have. But I would rather have all the rest of those moves. Oh hey, Ghastly. That's a pretty good Pokemon. Don't 100% know if we will use it, but we will try to catch it. we're getting pretty close there in terms of this might not be such a good idea because, yeah, we did just over half HP, I believe, with that peck, and that's not enough to make this a free catch. But we're going to throw a couple of balls here and see if we can catch the Ghastly. Oh, not quite. Come on, game. That's totally unnecessary. And I mean, look, which means that we are not in a great position here for this. We'll throw a third ball, and if this fails, I mean, we may just pass this Ghastly up for now. And try to get it later. There we go. Ooh, Prinplup wants to learn Garbage. That's what Prinplup wants to learn. We're not taking Fury Attack. Don't kid yourself. Bypass that trainer real quick while we go and heal. Yeah, I mean, Ghastly could end up coming in handy. Even though I was kind of like, oh hey, I don't want to use the Pokemon that evolved by trade. Haunter is pretty strong on its own. And the same applies to Cadabra, why I'd actually use that. Even if I can't pick up Alakazam without trading. Because Cadabra still has stats that are oriented very strongly toward being able to deal good damage with its special attacks. Keep going this way. Yeah, there's our trainer battle. Three months, and being a breeder, this guy is mostly going to use baby Pokemon, right? Because they tend to all have a theme like that, and that is what these dudes usually do. Is they usually get out all the babies. And oh, of course, Bonsly has Sturdy. And Copycat, because it evolves into Sudowoodo, so that's its thing. However, it really doesn't have the stats to put that to any use, so get the heck out of here. And Golbat grew to level 24. I'm hoping we can get to Crobat pretty soon. And I'll take any experience I can get. It's a decent chunk for a baby. And Budew, that we can deal with some assistance from... you know what, Golbat, you deal with this, because Golbat can't be poisoned by its poison point if it has that. Another easy trainer battle out of the way. And this dude's going to be a fisherman if he's even a fight. So we'll put our Luxio up at the front here. Oh, we're getting the good rod here. Neat. I don't remember where the fishing rods are aside from, well, you saw the old rod, so. I know how to use a fishing rod. No, you didn't tell me much about Eternum Quest, so. Yeah, two Lepa berries over here, that's decent find. Two Chesto berries. That could be helpful. If I wanted to use those, but I'm not going to remember to. Do you have anything to say? Pokemon Fan Club Chairman in Hearthome City. I have not met that person. I guess I can go take a look. Why not? At this point, we've spent so much time doing stuff that is not directly related to our Pokemon quest. What's a little more, right? Well, this guy certainly won't give us a bike voucher, because we had that much earlier in the series. Oh, right, this dude gives us the Poffin case and stuff like that. Probably teaches us how to make them, right? Not directly, no. That is not what I was expecting to get, but I forgot that Poffins were a thing, so. Okay, well, if you can tell us any of those messages real quick. Let's try putting Golbat in the front and see what you've got to say here. Warming up to us. So I guess, yeah, maybe it would be a good idea to start using Golbat as one of our main Pokemon for a bit. Oh, thanks a fucking lot, Joy-Con Drift. Just as soon as I release the stick, it's like, oh, hey, by the way, you want to go back in here, right? No. Oh, neat. That sounds like, well, a lot of stuff in that game, but still. What do these two have for us? Besides double battle. So, Bonsly. Well, yeah, we can pretty much demolish Mime Jr. with basically anything we have. Bonsly could be an issue for Ponyta. However, Mime Jr. is not going to be too much of a problem for anybody. I mean, I guess it could do some damage to Golbat. I guess. But let's just work on this right now. And see, they're not even targeting the right Pokemon there. Although, that's some pretty good damage against Ponyta from a Mime Jr. So that might be a little more to worry about than I thought. Alright, that's some more problematic Pokemon dealt with. So we're just gonna have to keep bonking Bonsly with whatever we have unless we switch, which I don't feel like doing. And we got the flinch. That should kill it from the toxic poison stacking to triple damage. There we go. Alright. Alright. Slightly extended battle, but not too hard. The Pokefan trainers are always a little bit silly. Oh, they're Poke Kids in this one, pardon me. This isn't exactly an ideal matchup, but we can probably get away with this. Yeah, one shot with Poison Fang. There we go. Not so bad. It just looks a little bit questionable because we could get electrocuted for decent damage. Anything to get over this way? There we go. X accuracy. I thought I saw that. And this, of course, is where Spiritomb shows up. I feel like Tower is a bit of a strong description for that, but I suppose if it works, it works. Yeah, we've already shown off the button registration thing. This area is related to changing the forms of Deoxys, I believe. Which means that it's going to be of no real use to us whatsoever here. Alright, another Pokemon breeder, so I'm expecting more baby Pokemon. Which means not a ton of experience, but we'll take what we can get anyway. It looks like the texture for Mime Jr.'s face is really small, by the way. Resulting in it looking very blurred when it's blown up properly the size of Mime Jr.'s head. But just the face. The rest looks fine. It also might be very hard to see at the dimensions that I have my gameplay shown on stream. And of course, it's not even counting the fact of, who knows when the frames are going to start dropping again. But on the VOD, at least, when I post that on YouTube, because that will be from my own recording, that should look fine. Badoo. Because there's just a lot of those in this region in general. Yay! Ponyta gained another level. Yay! No level for Golbat, though, which is unfortunate because that's the big thing that we want. I want to talk to the guy. Come on. That you can dig up from the walls of the Grand Underground. Yeah, that is related to the way that you're able to encounter Pokemon in the underground, which is a thing that we might show off in the future, but not right this moment. Ah, Badoof. At this point in the game, we're still finding those. That's pretty great. Oh, plus it's 10 levels below our Golbat. Wow. These trainers are not super keeping up here. And with 5 Pokemon, I'm expecting we're going to see a multitude of Bidoofs here. It's a big, goofy Bidoof cluster. Yep, that's 5 Bidoofs from this trainer. Not quite as good as 6 Magikarp trainer, but 5 Bidoofs is still pretty funny, so... Here. I don't know if these two are trainers. That guy over there is not. Okay, they are. It's double battle. It's because they're spaced out that I was like, what's the deal? Right, Meditite and Machop. Meditite would be the closest thing to a problem here, so we should probably clean that out real quick. However, a single pluck should do us pretty good. Yeah, it's a one-shot. Nice. Nice, nice. 5 level advantage and an evolutionary stage. That should probably do the trick pretty easily, yeah. Or so you'd like to hope. Meanwhile, the Machop is probably gonna do a little better against Ponyta. Oh, Machop knocked my item off. That should be recovered at the end of battle, right? That shouldn't be a big problem for us in terms of game issues. Because if I lost that permanently, that sucks. But I think that those sorts of things only happen you know, with wild battles for you being able to steal items. Yeah, our poison point is back already, so not a problem. Not a problem. Ooh, Staravia might actually be worth a little more experience than the Starly and by a little bit, I mean a good chunk more. Yep, Golbat can't be intimidated. Let's go for the Alpha Strike with Pluck. Not quite a one-shot deal, but pretty decent. Yep. Yeah, not really worth that much more experience. Just imagine how little the Starly would have been worth then. The Bidoof cut down that branch for us. Nice, a Steel Wing TM. That could be pretty good for... Well, I guess if we bring Staravia back, but otherwise for Crobat once we get there. Can we get to that easily? I mean, we can just go around 3 and stuff, right? Yeah. Ghastly. This is not a super high experience battle, I don't think, but let's just try and pluck it real quick, because that should... Yeah, I was going to say it should be a one-shot. And here's a Bibarel. I will switch to Luxio for this, because otherwise, we saw that Bibarel is apparently fairly defensively built. So we want to go for something that hits its weakness. And even rose its own defense, so that still might not be a one-shot. Yeah. Paralyzed, though, I guess if we want to catch it, but we kind of don't. That person doesn't bother us. Up the hill we go. And we found a calcium. Nice. That's worth good money. Because that's probably what we're going to use him for in this game, which... Yeah, this is just a very average, casual type of run. As opposed to the last time we played a Pokemon game on this channel where it was a special run. Where we were basically doing a solo. Or I guess we can just keep running into things every 2 steps on the bike here. Save the battle. Yeah, that Ghastly's not worth much experience. Zubat. Right over the hill. Let's stop off in Salacian Town real quick. Pick up our berries. Go heal at the Pokemon Center. And that's when we can start dealing with any of the other stuff on this surrounding route. Or I guess we could just go straight to Veilstone and... No, I don't want to plant a berry. I just want to go one tile at a time. Wow, it really doesn't want to let you do that on the super speed on the bike. Dog, please. The dog saw another dog on TV. And is now making a lot of noise, because that's what the dog does. Doesn't have to make noise in anything important, just has to make a lot of noise, right? That's how dogs operate. Alright, so what kind of stage is our egg at? Say anything here? It doesn't seem close to hatching. That's not useful. I don't know what the egg is, so yeah. Oh, did you really? Who would have guessed, right? Let's go into the shop and see if we can buy some more items. See if we can get anything useful for ourselves here. Alright, so we've got access to a pretty decent set of things here. We've got Dusk Balls, which will be very helpful since we're going to be playing late quite a bit. And these others are not super important, the other specialty balls. But we will grab 10 Dusk Balls. And we get our free Premier Ball. Alright, so we don't need any of these X stat items. You know, we're no longer in Gen 1, so we're not dealing with the hilariously broken X accuracy anymore. And we'll sell the calcium. And we can sell the tiny mushroom and the stardust that I forgot about as well. And we'll just go in here to remove all the flags from everything, because otherwise that'll bother me. Oh, right, because the nursery is very nearby, right? It's in Salacian Town, I believe. Oh, hey, neat. A thing I didn't know about. That's why you talk to all the NPCs, because sometimes they give you stuff. Alright, so that's not a thing I need to concern myself with right now. This area, with this extreme camera angle, this is a little bit weird. I feel like there's some stuff that's being hidden here. Yes, I did. Alright. This whole area is laid out in a way that's just kind of a maze. Really is meant to frustrate. See if I can figure out. Okay, yeah, so I can go further back in the tree line than this. Alright, Salacian Ruins. I don't know what you can really do in this place, especially not right now. But I guess we can find a repel. I think this place mostly just spawns unknowns, which are not of much importance to us whatsoever. It might have some trainer fights. I'll have to look into that, but it's a side thing, I know that. We can also check out this monument here. This is basically the equivalent of Pokemon Tower. It's a graveyard. I think there's like actual encounters and trainers in here, so this is sort of like a mini dungeon. But to my knowledge, it's optional. Especially at this point. This person thinks we're a ghost. You damn kids. What are you doing in here? I guess Pluck is going to be our way to dealing with Stunky there. Hey, it didn't even explode on us. Nice. But send out Shellos. That is something we're basically also just gonna hit with Pluck. Yeah, although I guess Poison Fang is effective, but Pluck does more base damage and has more PP, so we're gonna use that. About to use Kricketune. That might be worth an okay share of EXP, but also it's a one-shot target. Yoink! Take that free EXP. And again, not worth a ton. Oh well. Hey, you just noticed that now, did you, buddy? Oh, speaking of ghosts. It's Rick Ghastly. I'm never gonna give that choke up, that's for sure. It's even male so that it fits more or something. Well. Pick up that oval stone. The oval stone is a held item used to evolve Happiny into Chansey, I believe. Not Chansey into Happiny. That's the other way around. If that starts happening, something's a little weird. A Rickroll. Well, Ghastly can't do much rolling, but, I mean, close enough. I can get Ghastly instead of good encounters. And I can get not a Ghastly encounter, a Zubat encounter another 2 steps away, so I guess Zubat is the one that's doing the Rickrolling. Ghastly is probably actually the best encounter here, so you may disregard what I said earlier. This guy in his Gyarados vest. I like it. Cleffa, though, I'm surprised he hasn't upgraded to Clefairy yet. Must be a little early on for that to happen. Got it at level 15, maybe. Yay, revive. That might be useful. Don't know, though. Pichu, huh? You got anything worth a little more experience? Maybe a regular Pikachu? There we go. It's using Revive on Ghastly, heard it. Well, we can't use it on enemies, so that wouldn't be very useful, that's for sure. Let's send out another Pichu. Hooray, I love getting less than 100 experience from an enemy at this point in the game. Apparently we are just way over-leveled for this part. That is so weird. When did that happen? When did we just not... When did the level curve just flatline? Especially considering Gardenia was stronger than any of these fuckers. Sheesh. I mean, yeah, Gardenia was a gym leader, but also, like, that was a while ago. It's been over 2 hours since we were at that point. See, this might actually have a little bit of endurance against us, but we're just going to spam Astonish. And of course, it's not going to be worth any experience because it's a level 19 Bonsly. And yeah, see, we're not doing a ton of damage with Poison Fang, but we're not doing a ton of damage with Astonish either. At least this way we have a chance of landing some poison. A chance, anyway. Hooray! Golbat gained a level at least. There's that. I mean, we didn't get an evolution out of it, but still. Alright, is there a chance for, like, some fully evolved Pokemon here in Baby Tower? And by fully evolved, I mean at all evolved, I guess. You know, not just babies. And at least we got something going here. Using any of our fire moves with Ponyta is not necessarily going to be super useful. Ponyta can have... what's it called? Flash Fire? Yeah, Flash Fire. So that might be absolutely worthless against the opponent's Ponyta. Nice. Ooh, TM27, low sweep. That's pretty good attack. I'll take a TM of that. I mean, I'd rather have more than one, but at this point, beggars can't be choosers, right? Maybe it'll be purchasable later. Another double battle. Mischievous and Murkrow. That's a much better pairing to see than what we were dealing with there. These should also be worth a fair chunk of experience each. Because I'm pretty sure that they were tuned to have decent EXP values. And plus they're the first stage of a... you know, 2-member line as opposed to 3. So they might be a little more tweaked for that end of things. Oh, wow. Mischievous actually has a good move in Confusion. So let's try and clean that up real quick because that could do a lot of damage to us. And really, that Murkrow does a pretty good chunk of damage by itself too, but it is also picking on Ponyta, who has like no HP or defense whatsoever. So, battles are moving too fast. And there's certainly, considering the level ups. Well, then again, those folks were at level 19, so this is starting to tune up a little bit. Is there any item that we can get before we talk to these folks? So I believe this is all an optional side quest, right? But just in case, let's see what we've got here. TM 96. Oh no, this is where we get an HM in the game. Yeah. Strength. Oh, you forgot where it is? Well, thank you very much. We got the Cleanse Tag. First Pokemon on your team, hold it. It will help keep wild Pokemon away so you can leave unhindered. You know what else will help us leave unhindered? This escape rope, which is no longer a key item like it was in Gen 8. Well, this is still Gen 8, but, you know. They turned it into a key item in Sword and Shield, and they decided, oh, hey, yeah, we're going to basically just remake these games raw. So, say goodbye to your multi-use escape rope that you always took for granted in Sword and Shield. Haha. Bastards. Time to keep going north. I believe that's what we want to do, because, yeah, the branch that would get us to Veilstone City is up there. Fair enough, fair enough. That is true, because they did fix that. That's the big upgrade in this version that I would say that this is worth playing over the DS versions, is that this game is just a lot faster than the DS games were. Huh? Oh, okay, this must be like super tall grass and I can't go through it with the bike. Yeah, it's slowing down my walking speed in it too, so this must be the deep grass. TM51. Nice. Very nice of you, friendo. So that'll be roost, not rest, right? Or is it? Oh, now I'm being confused here. Yep, low sweep, strength, that's a... See, strength is actually a good move. I'm glad that we got those, but on the other hand, only 3 of them for the entire game? That sucks. Oh hey, Golbat can learn roost. I didn't realize that. That's pretty nice, though. Ponyta, this isn't going to be worth a ton of EXP, but we'll do it anyway, because why not? Golbat acknowledges its inner bird. Yep. So let's go up against this trainer. Farmer man here. Pardon me, Rancher. Apom. Apom is a Pokemon that I always kind of like, but it's not a super good Pokemon. I just think it looks neat. Plus, I think it is one of the relatively, one of the easiest Pokemon to get fully evolved and still have pickup in its form of Ambipom, if I recall correctly. Psyduck would be better handled by Luxio, of course, but I think we can deal with this. Well, Pocket Monster Rancher specifically. Girafarig. That's a Pokemon we haven't seen yet. In this game, anyway. We'll have Luxio take care of that because Luxio has Bite. And Girafarig, of course, is normal Psychic. Clefairy should go down in a single Poison Fang, just by virtue of, well, yeah, all of that piling up, basically. Meanwhile, Pikachu might take 2 hits no matter what, so... this could be slightly messy. Air Cutter is not really a choice flying type move for us because it's special damage. So, ouch. That's a not insignificant quantity of damage, that's for sure. Alright, Ponyta, can you finish this off? You should be going first here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Time for Golbat to evolve into Crobat. That is going to give us a lot more ability to plow through our enemies because, yeah, Crobat right now at only 2 gym badges is pretty damn strong. Wants to learn Air Cutter. Yeah, we know you do. But on the other hand, I don't particularly care. Get out of here. Wants to learn Cross Poison. Holy shit. That is a big leap forward compared to Poison Fang. I mean, yes, we lose the ability to cause Toxic, but we just do so much more damage, and it's not like Crobat really needs crits most of the time. It just needs to be able to land a hit at all, and then it will probably one-shot most things at this point in the game. Let's get a quick look at this thing. And see, good stats all around. 96 speed. Oh, right, hasty nature. Holy shit, this thing is pretty great. I mean, it probably has terrible IVs, but still. Woo! What a Pokemon. What a beast of an acquisition. Which means that Crobat is not going to lead the party for a bit. We're going to have Ponyta doing that instead in order to try and gain more experience. Aw, static. That's irritating. Well, we might even be able to start outspeeding some of this dude's other Pokemon, depending on what else he has besides a Pikachu. With all the boosts that we get from... Yeah, see, we're paralyzed, and with one Flame Charge boost, we're going faster. Amazing. Yeah, nice Electro Ball. That's really going to threaten me. Let's send in Happiny. Happiny will be worth good experience. So I could send whatever I wanted in here. Bronzor might have had a chance, although it might have been hard for Bronzor to deal with this thing. Oh, it's got Minimize. Ugh. Fucking hate Minimize. Who decided that this... Oh, God damn it. 2 in a row. It's going to use Minimize again. So now it's down to like probably 40% or something chance that I can actually hit this. 3! What? Hello? What is this RNG? Well, okay, good. After it maxed out its evasiveness, we just said, fuck that shit after... So apparently the RNG was just like, oh yeah, why don't you taunt this fellow? Which, to be fair, okay. Oh yeah, Geodude, Yoink! And we got a Great Ball. We have a Paralyze heal, I believe, so we may as well put that to use real quick. Yeah, we picked a couple of those up. I haven't bought any status effect items, even though I probably should get a few other status healers. Alright, so again, another Pokemon breeder, so we're probably going to have a lot more baby Pokemon that are not going to be worth a ton of experience. Although, who knows, maybe she'll start pulling out more Happinies, and that'll be worth something. And of course we can get confused, because why not? Dang it. If we can get fewer turns of being confused, that'd be great. I am going to ditch Ember for Flame Wheel here. Because Flame Wheel is just a better attack all around. Ponyta is more physically oriented. And I'm going to keep Flame Charge for the specific purposes of being able to use that to boost speed. So that way we can get a fight rolling pretty quickly. And be able to outspeed whatever is in front of us. Oh yes, let me just be encored for a move I was going to use again anyway. Wow. Alright, so to get to Veilstone City, we want to go this way. And hooray, we can bike around properly now. Yay. Bronzor. This should be pretty easy. I guess depending somewhat on whether or not it has heat proof. Although we are also in the rain, so it might be a bit of a mess. Well, 28 for Luxio, nice. Shield on. This would be something where I'd want a ground type move because this thing is Steel Rock. But I think we can get away with this for now, hopefully. I was gonna say, if we don't hit ourselves in the face too much, but then again, I shouldn't have mentioned that at all. Alright, can this confusion end, please? I don't think this Shieldon is going to have much in terms of special attacks. So that's a little bit weird to get hit by that, I guess. Takedown, that's gonna hurt. Yeah. Even with the burn reducing its attack power, that's not exactly an attack I really want to take right now. So I'll switch in Prinplup to clean up here. Someone who will have a much, much better time with this. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh god, I wish that the path to Veilstone was a little shorter, please, because... I mean, we've been... What's our uptime? We've been out for like 3 hours, right? Yeah, 2 hours, 52 minutes. Not quite 3 hours, but just the sheer length between these two gyms. It's ridiculous. Why does it take so long to get from one place to the... You know, the amount of padding in these Pokemon games gets a little bit, Yeah, it's a little bit overkill, basically. So we're going to try putting Bronzor up at the front in order to change things around for however many trainers are back. Or still here, rather. I'm saying the wrong words because I'm slightly bothered by all this. Yeah, see, this place is a fucking mess, by the way. Yay, we got TMs for payback. Is there anything of note here other than a single trainer? Well, there's an item, so at least, yeah, I guess there's something. Unfortunately, this dude is using Meditite out of all of the fighting type Pokemon that he could be using. And that hurt a lot. I'm real glad to be switching away from this right as soon as I start out. That's super great. Alright, Crobat, deal with it. Oh, did it just predict the switch and Psybeam me? Cool, I'm glad. Oh boy, another Meditite. Well, at least Crobat should be able to one-shot this thing, too. Because that's what Crobat does at this point. And there we go, Machop. This is something that we can finally deal with. Not a ton of damage, but I guess we're just not that strong right now. Fuck, that is a strong-ass low sweep. Like, wow, Bronzor, you are proving to be worthless. Can you land the confusion, please? No. No, of course not. Well, okay, good. At least the AI fucked up there and leered, so Bronzor has a chance to gain some experience for itself. Maybe I should feed it that rare candy I got earlier. That'd probably be a smart idea. Once I hit level 24 flat. Gurgle, that's your response? Did you start sucking in too much water? Ooh, fist plate. That will let us... That gives us a buff to our fighting type moves if we equip it to a Pokemon. Yes, the term I'm using here is equip, because I think it is appropriate. Kricketune. We should be able to deal with Kricketune. Ow! That's a lot of damage from Bug Bite. Really? Bronzor, why are you so shit? I thought this thing actually had defense, even at this phase. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just kind of useless until it evolves into Bronzong. In which case, well, I'll use it later, I guess. Well, at least it takes no... Well, almost no damage from Absorb. Gyro Ball might be able to... No, it didn't do anything, did it? I'm gonna look at these stats. I mean, this thing is not as high level as the rest of my team, but it's pretty good defense. It shouldn't be getting trashed like this. Alright, hurt yourself or fail to sing at me properly. There we go. That's good. Broke out of confusion in one go. We'll use Gyro Ball because that is doing more damage, believe it or not. Or the confusion can just not work and Bronzor can die. Good. I've got better in my boxes, don't I? I mean, I actually remember Bronzor having decent stats, but apparently it's a total piece of shit, and I was wrong this whole time. Obviously, Luxio is going to do a lot better than it, just by virtue of the fact that it's more evolved, but still. Alright, Pokemon, what substitution can I make for Bronzor? I mean, we can have a Ghost instead, Yeah, I mean, we can have Ghastly. Our options are not great. I haven't been finding much of anything. So I guess we're going to swap... Well, no, because Ponyta wouldn't be very good at the front of the party right now. We'll leave Crobat up front because it can deal with, like, everything here. Yeah, see, this Krogunk is going to just die in one hit by so much. Krogunk just does not have the stats to take a flying type move at all. It's toast. Yeah, just the one Pokemon, buddy? Well, that's very unfortunate for you. And of course, nice to come out of a battle and immediately be drifting upwards, because that's what happens to me. You know, I'm really glad, by the way, that Nintendo doesn't have, you know, some sort of replacement program for the drifting Joy-Cons like they fucking well should. It's absolutely terrible. Hey, Prinplup reached level 30. Pretty much our entire party leveled up except for Luxio. So that's neat. Cut down the tree. We can grab these berries. Yeah, one thing that I will say about the use of the Hidden Moves app is that it removes any sense of feeling like a bonus that any of those items would have. Because usually it would be like, oh hey, you were savvy enough to bring a Pokemon with Cut. So here's a little bonus item for you. And instead it's just like, oh hey, here's items that could be just on the beaten path, but we decided not to put them there. We decided to make you press the A button in extraneous time to make sure you get them. Alright, so is this going to skip the rest of the route for us? Alright, so we skip the trainer. This doesn't quite skip the whole rest of the route, I don't think. But we can come back for this stuff later once we heal. We got TM34, Shockwave, nice. Now, you know what, on the other hand, let's just go fight this dude real quick. I just wanted to see if there was anything in the grass patch, and of course, coming out of it, I get into a fight with another stupid-ass Cricketune, because, wow, there's a lot of these things. A lot of diddly whoops. Alright, so let's do a quick tour here. Yeah, so we just skipped over one trainer. Not even an item was missed. And we're coming back for the trainer now anyway, so... Whole lot of good that did us. This trainer has 3 Pokemon. That's more than I was expecting anyway. This one NPC, which is probably several using the same sprite, but still, keeps showing up giving me jogging advice in the middle of this route. That is very, very weird. Alright, anyway, quick double battle. This should not be, hopefully not be too hard. Monferno and a Glameow. Well... Monferno is going to be partially defanged by being in the weather. Oh, own tempo prevents the effects of that too, does it? Interesting. That I did not know either. And yeah, of course, Glameow uses Fake Out, because, of course. And that thing should be completely obliterated. Clearly, I should have just targeted the Monferno, though, if I was being smart about this. But unfortunately, I chose not to. Oh, hey, nice 3 damage, yeah. Real scary, buddy. Ooh, yeah, you're real scary. Alright, so Cadabra should pretty much be giblets at this point. Monferno got obliterated from Cross Poison, which, good lord, the damage on that. Crobat is so good. That's gonna hurt, though. That's... ouch. Yeah, holy fuck. 35 damage. That's disgusting. Get out of here. Yeah, see, Cadabra doesn't mess around, man. So we'll send in... We'll send in Ponyta because we want it to gain more experience right now. Again, for dealing with Maylene's Lucario, which is potentially an issue. And oh boy, that's a big boy. Sending in Gyarados. Wow, this is a really stacked fight here at the end of the route. Like, just kind of massively so compared to everything else. What is up with this level balance? This is so fucked. On the other hand, it's Gyarados, so it dies anytime anything electric type even looks at it funny. Give me your fucking experience, asshole. Alright, so let's take these 2 berries. Well, technically it's 4 berries, but whatever. You know what I'm saying. 2 berry plants, rather. And where's... the Pokemon Center in this place? Like, I see where the gym is, and that's going to be what we deal with right afterwards. Well, I guess we can go talk to Lucas first while we're trying to get our bearings in town. At least Barry's not showing up here out of nowhere. Oh, so Lucas has nothing to add here? Just, oh hey, I went to the department store later. Thanks, I guess. That's not the house I wanted to go into. What is this? Metronome Distribution Center? Hmm. Yeah, I've heard she's difficult. I get it. I get it. Alright, well, let's go and take on the gym, and that's going to wrap things up if it goes smoothly. If not, I guess we'll be trying a couple of times. Although, I mean, we're pretty high level, so We should at least be able to take on the easy trainers here. This gym's gimmick, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. How to switch these doors around. How high level are these guys? 25! Yeah, the steps up here are a little less than smooth. We'll put it that way. Astonish should end things here. There we go. Gained a level for Ponyta, gained a level for Ghastly. Wants to learn the move Curse. What does Ghastly have that's garbage here? It can be replaced with Curse. I think Mean Look might be her choice. About to send out Machop. That should be an easy one-shot. Although, again, wow, these levels. I think, in that case, maybe Maylene's Lucario is level 30 or something. I feel like I heard that before, but I could be wrong. Alright, Machoke. After that level up, a one-shot on Machoke should be a little easier, right? Without any crits, anyway. Oh, god damn it. Never mind. Okay, so we just push these once we get around to the side. That's pretty easy. Hey, Luxio hit level 30. Nice. And Ghastly hit level 21. About to send out Meditite. Yeah, we can deal with that in one shot easily. Although again, gosh, I wish I had another flying type move so I wouldn't have to worry about PP. Where's my wing attack? Do I get that at like 37 or something, probably? Wing attack is either super early or way too late for how strong it is. Hey, nice. Luxio is evolving. Neat. Evolved into Luxray. No move gained on evolution, that's okay. so we're trying to move all this stuff around here. Alright, so that opens this pathway all the way up. We can go back there and just shove that thing over to the side whenever we wish, but we're going to try and take all these fights and gain some experience. Because again, we'll probably need it for the boss. A Meditite. This one's going to be level like 27 or something, I'm pretty sure. We can probably take it in one hit, though. 28. Yeah, but Meditite isn't really a defensive powerhouse, so it should be fairly easy to eliminate in a single pluck. So, navigating the rest of this puzzle. Is going to be a bit of a... I guess I should go back there and I should push that one over to the side right now. Okay, right, I have to go through this way. Switch this back. Correct. Assume that to be the case. Because we can't pull these out in any way, but... Okay, that's pretty simple. Right? No, that's the barrier there. Oh no, we can push that. We can push that. I just didn't notice it earlier properly. Or maybe I just skipped it because of how that operates sometimes. Push this over to the side. This. Go back around. Now we have one last trainer battle and then Maylene. And that will wrap things up once we get there. Level 25s from this guy. Even the Machokes... Never mind, I guess I don't ever get to fucking say that, do I? They should be easy one-shots at this point, but apparently... No? Oh well. About to send in Machoke. I think we just gained a level, right? We're at level 30? Yeah. Okay. Come on, we can do this. Just kill it in one hit. Fuck you, Crobat. You fucking goddamn... Ugh. And then you take that much damage from an attack that's only a quarter effective. These Machokes are pretty obnoxious. Hey, Ghastly gained a level. Neat. About to send out another Machoke. Alright, Crobat, stop fucking this up. One hit. Well, okay, at the very least, it wasted its last turn on Earth. Get fucking annihilated. You can tell that I'm starting to get a little bit, irritated with how long it's been getting to this point. Alright. Finally, right up the middle. We're not even going to save before the gym leader. If we die, we get kicked back to the Pokemon Center. Oh well. It's a free reload. Alright. First Pokemon is Meditite. The very least, Meditite is not really a concern in terms of its defensive ability because it kind of doesn't have any. So we just one-shot it. Yay, Ponyta gained a level. That's pretty helpful, probably. Alright, Machoke. Level 27. This thing is not going to go down in one hit unless we get a crit. But that also means that Maylene should waste her healing items on this thing if she has any. Probably. And of course it's going to do that. That's a lot of damage. However, I'm pretty sure that that speed drop is not going to save its bacon any. Yeah. It's dead. Alright. About to send in Lucario. So this could be a bit risky because we're going to be 2 levels down against Lucario, and Lucario is pretty fast on top of everything else. But we should be able to put a fair dent in it with at least one Flame Charge. Should. Assuming it doesn't just one-shot us with Drain Punch, which it does, never mind. Fuck you so much. I fucking hate Lucario. I want whoever designed Lucario to just, I don't know. I want something very bad to happen to them. Lucario is one of the most obnoxious Pokemon in the entire series, and I have to see it all the time. I hate the way it looks. I hate the stat balance on it, and it's using Bulk Up, of course, because, it has to have that in order to negate the Intimidate effect that I just got. Get paralyzed. Fuck you, Lucario, you piece of shit. Now, never fucking attack. Or just sit there and spam your status boosts and then get fully paralyzed over and over. Come on. Let's do this. Can we get a crit? That would be nice. Maybe then skip the whole rigmarole here. Oh, go ahead and use Screech. That's fine. I'd probably get killed in one hit anyway because, cheating. Oh, now you're going to start using your healing items instead of against the thing that I was hoping you would waste them on. Good. Alright, let's see some crits. Come on. Or we can, again, get fucking one-shot by this piece of shit. As it heals itself back to full. Alright, here we go. No more Hyper Potion. That shouldn't be a thing that you have anymore. Get fucking erased! You piece of trash! There we go, we got our third badge. I seriously think Pokemon Uranium might have been better balanced than this. Okay, no, I don't seriously think that. I'm kidding. That's not right. And of course, we don't get strength from this battle, we get fly. Well, dang. And no status boosts from badges anymore because that was removed. Was that removed by these games or not until later games? Also, we just unlocked Mystery Gift just now. 3 badges into the game. There's a way to get it earlier, but honestly, the fact that you have to do that is kind of not super great in my opinion, but whatever. I don't think anything in our party is going to be able to use Drain Punch because none of them have hands. Even if they could, our only real option there would be Haunter and Gengar, and they don't have a lot of physical attack. Well, and we can't have Gengar, as previously stated, yeah. Nothing in our party can learn the move. Great. I'd have to change things up in order to be able to have something that can use it. But I'll take a bit. Okay, I was going to say, if I get ambushed by Barry, I'm going to smash my Switch. Okay, not quite. Oh, these fucking weenies? Seriously? Honestly, they should run pissing their pants as soon as I show up. I don't remember where the Pokemon Center is. I want to go heal first. Because I'm actually not in a super great position right this moment. Gym. Pokemon Center is over this way, right? Yeah, okay. I want to know where the move relearner is, actually, because, honestly, having Fire Fang to deal with Lucario could probably have been a very good method of doing that. I mean, I could do this by myself. It's just Team Galactic. They're as useless as any other team. As, you know, any other villain team in these games. Like, seriously, look at this. They're still sending out the garbage Wurmple evolutions. As if those things were ever a threat. What a fucking joke, man. What a fucking joke. Anyway, let's get rid of Payback for Hex, and I know that I'm over here giving Ghastly no damaging moves, pretty much, but still. That will be fixed in due time. Venoshock. Yeah, that's going to do good damage to Clefairy because Clefairy is meh. On the other hand, Clefairy did survive. It took it rather well. It's only Clefable that got the buffs when they handed out buffs, though. So, eh. Yeah, we'll remove Dustox and we'll leave Stunky there to be dealt with, possibly by Clefairy. Even though it's not really a concern if we get exploded on by it, still. I just don't like it. Oh look, Croagunk. What an incredibly crappy Pokemon. What a joke. Croagunk should just, like, not even remotely be thrown at me at this point in the game, because I can just turn it into paste. Oh boy, Fury Swipes. We get to sit through this. Only 3 hits, that's fine. Hey, you know what's not gonna work? This, but let's do it anyway. Maybe it will take itself out, you never know. I mean, I can't win the coin flip twice in a row, right? I'm not the AI. And see, I told you, but still. Well, time to take that Aftermath. However, I think this is really only the one battle, so whatever. Yep, easy. And run like the grunts they are, yep. Yep. Astoria City, yeah, the Great Marsh. That's going to be a big moment of truth for this game because of that. As to whether or not they did anything about the stupid mud in that place and how much it slowed you down because you get locked in the mud holes sometimes. At the very least, in Platinum, I believe, you could actually kind of see which tiles you'd sink into and which ones you would not. Unlike in Diamond and Pearl, where... yeah, no. But on the other hand, what a terrible idea no matter what. Actually, is there a game corner here? I don't think there's a game corner in this game because game corners have been officially retired pretty much forever because they don't want to deal with the fact that it would get a higher rating in certain parts of the world. We'll take a quick browse around the department store. See what's available. Well, we can buy Ultra Balls this early in the game. That might be a useful endeavor in some cases. On the other hand, again, if we're playing this much at night, we mostly just need the Dusk Balls. Got healing items. The one had Pokeballs and other goofy stuff. You just welcome me to the department store. I should be checking the other NPCs just in case they have stuff. I think some of them do. Well, there we go. We got the counter app. Doesn't let us use counter in battle no matter what, but hey. What do you have for sale? Drugs. Alright, so you're probably going to have in-battle buffs, yeah. What's recommended? Oh, that's real helpful. It just tells us, hey, these do things in battle. Or they tell us what items do, rather. What do you have for us? You've got TMs. Alright, so you've got Low Sweep, Bulldoze. Having Bulldoze would be a good thing. I just don't know if anything I have can use it. Let's take 2, though. 36, but it's good to know that we can buy 36, I guess. Alright. U-turn. False Swipe. Rest. Protect. Safeguard. Reflect, Light Screen. Substitute. Endure. Work Up. Swords Dance. Double Team. And Flash. So, Bulldoze is like the closest thing to a real move here. Bulldoze and Low Sweep. What about you? Do you sell something that's like actually passable? Okay, this is where the big boys hang out. We got Fire Blast, Thunder, Blizzard, Focus Blast, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Solar Beam, Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Gyro Ball, Giga Impact, and Hyper Beam. So we're gonna grab a couple of these. We're gonna grab a Flamethrower. We're going to grab a Thunderbolt. We're gonna grab an Ice Beam. We're gonna grab a Psychic. And we're gonna grab a Dazzling Gleam. And that should be enough for these, for now. But it's good to know, at least, that there's that to deal with. If there's a good source of Flamethrower on your team, that Lucario would be a bit easier, at least, I guess. Alright, Bulldoze. Nothing on my team can learn that, of course. Flamethrower, Ponyta can learn that, and that's it. Thunderbolt can be taught to Ghastly. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Ice Beam for Prinplup, yes. Psychic for Ghastly. Holy shit, Ghastly. You've got some good stuff that you can do. I mashed the button too hard. Whoops. TM can be used only once, the TM will break. Yeah, that's fine. Let's replace Charm with Ice Beam. Alright, I'm sure Luxray will learn Thunderbolt on its own. So that's not a major concern of mine right now. Meanwhile, we'll teach all this shit to Ghastly, because, you know, why not? Meanwhile, I'm over here like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep using this Ghastly, because I can't fully evolve it to Gengar, but on the other hand, well, I might ask for some support for that off-stream. Who knows? I might change my mind. Because at this point, well, I feel like it might be helpful to do so. You know what, Ponyta, you suck so much that I'm going to actually keep mashing A too much, and I'm going to teach Ponyta Flamethrower via TM a little bit early. Get a look at those stats. Yeah, that's alright. I can stand to do that. I will get rid of Flame Charge, though. Yeah, I'll get rid of Flame Charge. I was like, should I get rid of Tail Whip instead? No, I'll get rid of Flame Charge. Alright, Ponyta, can you learn anything else from my TM collection here? Probably not. You can learn Strength. That actually is not a bad choice, I don't think. Steel Wing can be taught to Crobat if I want. If... Yeah, so Ponyta can only learn Strength out of my TMs. Really? Shit, dude. God, you suck so much, Ponyta! Why is this my only Fire-type option? I'm gonna have a look and see from the list what this thing can learn on Cerebi. Sort of jumping ahead a little bit, I guess, but, you know, whatever. Oh no, I'm gonna be spoiled on what TMs are in the game. Ugh. Big freaking deal. Man. Alright, so... I'm an HM, alright. So, wait a second. Are these accurate or not? Those are... What am I doing in the sword shield decks? Oh, is it just the same link? Okay. Great. That's very helpful. Okay, so it looks like a set of TM learn set for that is not up yet. That's unfortunate. I'll just have to hope that eventually I find something good. Hi, Lethal. I didn't notice you were in there. I've been agonizing over the fact that my only fire type option doesn't have a whole lot of moves it can learn. Really, why is the Sinnoh Pokedex? That's all I've got. It's just why is. Alright, so these are secret base items, I believe? Is what we're gonna find on this floor. Which is great, because I haven't actually explored that function any. At least not in this game. I don't think I even did much with it in the original Diamond and Pearl. Alright, so up here we've got vending machines that actually can serve us drinks. Yeah, you weren't thirsty anyway. Two buff guys standing side by side, that's all. Sometimes you just need two men. Sticky barb. That can be a fun item sometimes. I haven't really talked to everybody on all these floors, and I want to shake them down for any free items. Quick ball. Can I get quick balls at this point? I mean, if you have the codes from the single package games, you can get a set of free quick balls like right at the start of the game. But we have the double pack, so instead we get 2 codes each for 100 Pokeballs. Which, I mean, okay, that's nice and all, but, you know, it's just regular Pokeballs. Let's double check with you. Do you have quick balls? No, you just have the regular Pokeball retinue and doodads. Well, okay, so now they're going to tell me in the menu to go to Pastoria, right? Yes. And that's going to be quite a ways. Hey, you. You are all very unhelpful. That's because I assume this is where you traded for prizes from the old Veilstone Game Corner, which, as we've mentioned before, for reasons, is gone. And we've mentioned what those reasons are. I wanted to check the space above you. Come on, I'm even using the D-pad to make sure that I aim properly, game. Metronome Style Shop. So, can we, like, do any sort of character customization stuff here? that's neat. I didn't know that there was this in the game. That guy's so shonked. Oh wait, no, that's a game we didn't play on stream. We just played it on our YouTube channel. So we can get some neat stuff. A lot of this is pretty damn expensive, though. Which is unfortunate. Well, expensive for the part of the game that we're in. I like that Haunch Crow shirt, though. That's pretty cool. I like the look of that, and that may be what we end up going with later on. Once we raise up that kind of money. But, yeah. No game corner for us, so no interesting Pokemon to be shaken out of the world. That's okay. I don't need that. They'll figure that stuff out all. Their happiness will max out on its own, basically. Unless you want to massage the egg and make it hatch faster or something. That's not a thing. %5 is pretty high, even if there are any of them who are actual psychics, my friend. Otherwise, we would hear more about it. You know, 5%, that is more than enough wiggle room to have some serious glory hounds. If nothing else. Please fondle my eggs. Yeah, there you go. Get the flash TM in an alley. I don't remember that, but I mean, I could believe that. These games do have a sense of humor once you get under a certain layer. Alright, so Pastoria City is down that way. That's quite a long distance, once again. So what's going to happen is, let's go find the south entrance to town, which, you know, this place is laid out in a way that is not the most user-friendly, so that might actually be something that is a real task here. Oh, no, never mind. This is quite simple. We're going to go out the south end. We're going to take a quick look at what we're facing on the screen. Do you have anything to give us? Too badly chewed up, huh? Huh? That's... Oh, X and Y? Well... Listen, not for nothing, but those are the ones that are set in France. It's a tree! There's a tree behind me, you idiot. Yeah, I forget the name of the city, but yeah, it is very large, and it was subject to a lot of save glitches back in the day, so that's always fun. This should be a really easy fight. Not only just after the gym, considering that Abigail here is going to have weaker Pokemon than the gym, but also just the fact that they're all going to be very weak to physical attacks, so this one should pretty much be free. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to stop, but I actually mean it once I finish this fight. Because I've been screwing up the whole thing with actually intending to stop. Anyway, Crobat being, Crobat dozing off in the middle of the night, that's a little weird. I mean, it's a bat. Bats are usually nocturnal animals. Hey, Ghastly level 25. Nice. Speaking of Ghastly. Yeah, it's true. I can just save wherever I feel like. I just have kept getting caught up in like, oh yeah, let me go look at all this other stuff. Let me go look for that game corner. Oh right, the game corner doesn't exist anymore. So we can't even get any Pokemon from it if the game corner had Pokemon in this game. I don't think it did. Oh wait, let me look at these TMs in the shop and all this other shit. There was a lot of stuff to do, okay? Our Ghastly evolved into Haunter. Wants to learn the move Shadow Punch. We can keep our old moves, because Shadow Punch is physical, and it's not going to do good damage. Grab these berries real quick, then save, and then... Excuse me, for real this time. Oh hey, citrus berries. Nice. Those will restore a quarter of our HP at time of use. As opposed to previous games where they were a flat 30. Right. There we go. Game is saved. And that will do it for today's stream.